Now I am talking to you.
يمكن بعض الجالسين لا يصدقون
Some people
كلامي،
might not believe me,
لكن أنا أصريت
but I insisted.
لا يضيع حق وراءه مطالب أن أثبت قضيتي في الملف.
I insisted to record my case in that file in the prison.
كل سجين، هذا الرقم اللي تلاع المترجم 157,574 موجود في الحاسبة لدى الأمريكان، وأي محامي يستطيع أن يضع هذا الرقم في الحاسبة يخرج اسم جميلة عباس حميدي وما عانته في سجن أبو غريب.
Because now we had numbers during our time in the prison, and now if you go to the computers that they used to record our cases in, you can just key in my serial number and get the record of the report that I lodged during that time.
وهذا للتاريخ وللأجيال القادمة.
And I did that for history and for the next generation.
النساء العراقيات قادرات على المقاومة، قادرات عن فعل أي شيء في سبيل وطنهم.
That Iraqi women are able to resist and do something for their nation.
Mr. Interpreter, I think confined to the clarification sought by members of the Commission, otherwise she'll be going on some of this new whatever it is, you know.
Mr. Chairman, may I just interject? I think it's unfair to ask whether she's a war victim. It's a matter of submission from
yes, I
the
agree.
Council, and whether she's a war victim, so obviously she's a war victim because she's a result of the war. But I think what we're interested here at this moment is for her to testify as to how she suffered.
Mr. Messias, we are concerned with evidence. I think members of the Commission should not be asking her hypothetical questions or theoretical questions, or asking her to verify certain chains of command actions and all that, because she will not be in a position. Evidence of what she underwent as a victim of torture. That's all we should confine ourselves to at the moment.
There's one quick question, Madam. I just want to know, for purposes of deciding on complicity later on, did the then Iraqi government know of what was happening to you, and did they at any time then or thereafter do anything to seek a remedy on your behalf? Thank you.
First of all, our government is just following the Americans. Mohsen Abdel Hamid, who was an MP, visited us. He visited Abu Ghraib and he visited us, the women.
في المخيمات العفو نزعوا أحذيتهم وكل اللي لابسين في أرجلهم وضربوا محسن عبد الحميد فيها.
All the women in the detaining camp took off their shoes and threw it to the Iraqi MP who visited them.
وأنا خاطبت بكلمة مثل عيب عليكم تقعدون ورا الكراسي ونساءكم في هذا المكان.
And I told him, shame on you, you're sitting in those seats and we are suffering what we are suffering. And he could not resist that situation. He left.
I think another last question from one of the commissioners.
Mrs. Jamila, look at your last statement, statement 46. You said, I am one of the many who have suffered as war victims. We could accept that. I have seen much suffering. We could accept that. Women have suffered tremendously. We could accept that as are men. But the last one, and many have been raped. It's a quite a sweeping statement to us. But I give you a chance to explain whether is it the general stories among Iraqis or the victim of rapes have told you that they have been raped. Just to let us know this. Thank you.
شهادتك في الفقرة الأخيرة أنك عانيتي وأن النساء يعانون وأن هناك يعني تعذيب شديد للنساء، ولكن بالنسبة لموضوع الاغتصاب أن هناك كثير من الأخوات اللاتي تعرضن للاغتصاب، هل هذه قصة منتشرة أم أنك سمعتي من تعرض لذلك بشكل مباشر؟
بالنسبة إلى قضية الاغتصاب.
As for the issue of rape,
سجينات 2 أخوات مع الأسف تعرضنا للاغتصاب.
two detainees, 2 sisters who were detained were raped.
في باب أبو غريب استلامهم والدهم.
في
باب أبو غريب.
إيش باب؟
يعني خروجهم عند خروجهم.
And when they were about to leave Abu Ghraib,
إحنا شعب مسلم، شعب ذو عادات وتقاليد عريقة. الأب أخذ بناته وقتلهم مع الأسف.
and once they were leaving Abu Ghraib, the 2 sisters who were raped, since we are conservative people and people who have civilization, the father took his 2 daughters and murdered them.
خوفا من العار، وهم كانوا مجبرات يعني على هذا الفعل المشين يندى إلى جبين الإنسانية.
He did that out of shame. He was afraid of shame.
زميلة لي وصديقة ورفيقة درب لا أريد أن أذكر اسمها.
A friend of mine, which I don't want to mention her name now,
تعرضت لهذا الفعل المشين.
was also raped.
فقدت النطق لمدة 6 أشهر.
She could not talk for about 6 months after this happened to her.
جاء إطلاق سراحها. نطقت بكلمة واحدة، أرادت إحدى الفضائيات الشريفة أن تتكلم كل ما جرى لها وثم تنتحر، وفعلا انتحرت ولا نعرف مصيرها.
And when she was released, 6 months after that she was released, she confessed what happened to her to a TV channel, and right after that she committed suicide.
Mr. Chairman, can I just interject here for a moment? I think we must empathize and understand the culture of a Muslim in the Middle East for them to say in explicit terms such horrible crimes as rape and molestation, what have you. I think there's no necessity to seek corroboration at this hearing because we have tendered so much documents, official documents like the Global Report, which says that women has been raped and raped and raped. These are official documents from the very sources of the US government. So I think we need corroboration, independent corroboration from all those reports. But I don't think I would want any more for these witnesses.
Anyway, that's the last question, Matthias. We can go on with the next victim. I think that's all we need to hear. Yes. And then I wish to thank Jamila Abbas Hamidi for having the courage to come forward and provide her testimony for our consideration. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'd like to call Mr. Sami Al-Haj.
Yes, Mr. Sami Al-Haj.
Mr. Sami Al-Haj, from what you have told us, you were more than once told that you were a victim of a mistaken identity and that you would be released soon. Well, soon, 6.5 years, is not soon to me. And then suddenly you were released. I would like to know, I'm very anxious as a commissioner that we do consider the issue of redress. What kind of a redress has come your way? Either from your employer, Al Jazeera, or from CNN. After all, CNN has witnessed. You were part of a team that consists of Al Jazeera and CNN, but I would like to know what kind